Yeah, I was trying to figure out what to do for a video for you guys today because it's all I have is a set of rims here to paint for today. So I think I'm going to do a how-to video, how to paint your rims video for you guys. I know a lot of you guys drive tuners or classics or whatever, and you know, like the rims that I have here, you know, that guy just isn't happy with the silver that's on these. So we're going to be changing the color to gunmetal gray. So we're going to do a little video on how to do this. I've already taken a little bit of soapy water and a Scotch-Brite, and I've already cleaned these rims out. He had them, I mean, just covered in freaking Armor All, covered. And any guys that know how to paint, or any guys that do paint, know that Armor All and paint does not mix. Armor All is like evil. Silicones, anything like that is evil in a paint shop. That is just no good. You know, I've had a couple of guys bring their car to me. Oh, I waxed it right before I brought it to you, so it's nice and clean. It's like, no! Do not wax your car. Do not put silicone on it, and do not Armor All it. Keep that crap away from it, because that just causes problems. So anyways, what I did is I took some soap and water and a Scotch-Brite pad and clean these things up the best I could. I mean, there is Armor all down in these grooves. I mean, there's still a little bit down in there. A little bit of black that you might see right there. That's still Armor All in there. So is what I'm going to do, I'm going to run down to the auto parts store real quick. And I'm going to go buy a can of what they call brake clean. And that stuff is nice. You spray it on, it'll get rid of that Armor All. And the stuff also dries quick, which is really sweet. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do these rims today. I'm going to take you guys right along for the ride with me. Maybe you can learn something. I don't know. Maybe I'll learn something too. Who knows? So we're going to brake clean them. We're just going to spray the brake cleaner on them. We're going to stand them up and spray the crap out of them. Let the brake clean run out of there, and then we'll, you know, of course, wipe them off. And then what we'll do is we'll take a dry Scotch-Brite and we'll start Scotch-Briting these things. Alright, so just went to the parts store, got some 3M brake cleaner. The only reason why I got the 3M is because they had a little discount on it today. It was $2 a can, so I picked up a couple cans. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to stand this rim right up on end, like that. Then we're just going to take and spray the living crap out of these things. You want to be careful though, because these rims are clear coated. So you want to get this stuff off of the lip. So we'll just grab a rag here. You want to use a clean rag. You don't want one that's all covered in oil or whatnot. You just want to get this stuff off this lip. The reason why I stand it up so the brake clean kind of runs out of there. I'm just taking kind of wipe the crap out. I mean, look at that rag. Oh yeah, it's a brand new clean rag. I'm gonna try to get in all the lug nut holes really good. I mean, look at that. There we go. Pretty clean. I don't see any real black in any of these. Well, there's a little bit right there, I guess. I guess that's some paint peeling in there. So that's what you gotta do. You gotta do that to all the rims. Use that brake clean because it works really good. You just gotta be careful of that lip. You know, you don't want to lift the clear coat off that lip. Otherwise, you're gonna have all sorts of a mess. I mean, these aren't perfect or used wheels, so You know what I mean? We got really no real damage, but if they're pretty new wheels, you really want to be careful. Alright, so I'm going to do that to all the rest of these wheels, and then we'll continue on to the next step. Alright, all the rims are brake cleaned. They're all wiped down pretty good. I mean, there's still a little bit of crap here and there, but we got 99% of everything. So it's what you want, red Scotch-Brite, or maroon, whatever you want to call it. You just want to start Scotch-Brite them. Press real firmly, because the clear coat they put on these wheels, it's pretty tough stuff. You want to get in all these nooks and crannies really good. If you don't, they'll peel. Start going to the car wash, you know, that high pressure washer. It'll just peel the shit right off them. So you definitely, you don't want that. You want to get in all these little spots here real good. You'll start to see the finish on the rims change color. I don't know if you could really see it on the camera or not, but if you look like down in here, I haven't scuffed it, it's a little bit darker of a gray than it is here. So your color is definitely going to lighten up, and that's what you want. At least then you know the stuff is sanded really good. So that's what you want to do. You don't want to sand your lip though. Everybody's got to have a nice shiny lip. So you're probably going to spend 20 minutes to a half hour per wheel doing that. You know, you want to get in all these lug nut holes really good. Stick your pinky in there, whatever you can get in there. You know, get those all sanded out really good, because that's what takes a lot of abuse. When you're taking the wheels on and off, and, you know, the socket accidentally hits them. So you want to get in there, especially around the center cap area. You know, because that's, you know, that'll peel the paint around there too. So that's what you want to do. So we'll get these all scuffed, and we'll go on to the next step. Alright, you can see I got the rims sitting here in the sun. That's just so they can kind of warm up and make sure they're thoroughly dried out. That's what I'm doing. I'm starting to tape this lip here. You're not going to be able to just pull off a foot-long piece of tape and make it all stick right. You got to do like little 5-6 inch increments all the way around, so you get that lip just right. Otherwise the tape's just going to pull off. It doesn't stretch that good. So you got to get that lip nice and taped. So that's what I'm going to continue to do here. Of course, we got to tape off this valve stem. Now we're just going to run some 2-inch tape out to the tire a little bit. There is still a little bit of armor on these tires, so I'm not worried about the paint sticking to them. But we got to make sure this tape sticks, which it's sticking no problem. So evidently got the rims clean enough. So we'll get the tape to stick nice, and then we're going to go ahead and throw a little bit of just a real light powder of primer on them. Not a whole lot. I mean, we're just going to kind of mist it on there, and that'll help to ensure that the paint's going to stick also. So I'm going to keep taping these suckers, and when we're done, we'll get some primer on them. Alright, so this is what you want your rim to look like when it's taped. You see I got the tape kind of sticking up, the 2-inch tape. I'm going to be using a little touch-up gun. I think it's a little 8-ounce cup. And I'm going to be only running about maybe 5 to 8 pounds of air pressure to paint these. So I'm not really too worried about the overspraying. Like I said, these tires still have a load of armor on them, so they'll clean right up anyways. But that's pretty much what you want them to look like. Got the valve stem all taped off. You know, that lip's all nice and taped all the way around. So that's what you want them to look like before you prime them. I mean, if you guys are using a spray can, you know, it's the same result. You know, do the same thing. And if, you know, you do get a little bit of paint on the tires, you know, a little lacquer thinner or whatever, sometimes gasoline will wipe it right off. Just don't want to drip it on that new paint is all. Alright, so we got all the rims taped off. I got an old tack cloth here. If you guys don't know what a tack cloth is, it's basically like a woven, kind of like a paper towel, but it's really woven, and it's sticky. And what it does is it helps pick up the dust and debris and dirt and stuff off the surface you're going to paint. You should always use one of these, especially when you're painting cars and stuff. So we just got to get in there, all the nooks and crannies, and this will lift all that crap out of there. This is what we're going to do. We're going to put a real light dusting of primer on them. I'm actually going to take the primer and I'm going to tint it so it's kind of like a darker gray. It'll almost act as another coat of paint. Because, you know, it's really hard to get in all these nooks and crannies, you know, when you're running that paint gun. So I figure if there is a light spot in it, you know, it's not going to show through like the silver will. I always try to tint my primers a little bit. Use less paint that way and stuff. So we'll get these all wiped off and then we'll put a little primer on them. Oh yeah. Alright, we're just dusting a real light coat of primer on these. Don't need a whole lot. Just roll it a little bit. That's it. You just want to kind of powder it on there. Not real thick. Just powder it. Alright, so now we're just going to start our first coat of gray. This is kind of just a gray that I just made up real quick. We're going to be shooting for the gunmetal look. But I'm going to do kind of like what they call a tri-coat on these things. I'm just basing them down with a dark gray that I whipped up. And then I'm going to do a little bit of kind of like a blue pearl over the top of them. You kind of want them real sparkly and stuff, so I'm going to do the best I can with the paint I have here. You can see I'm using a real low air pressure. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this gray down. Then I'm going to whip up another batch with a little bit of blue in it. And we're going to put that on. Then that's what I'm going to do is take some of that blue, I'm going to mix it in with a little bit of clear coat. And then we're going to put that on too, and it'll kind of give it more depth. And it'll make it a lot more sparkly. Alright, so I just put a little what they call steel blue in my gun. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and paint these rims with a steel blue now. We got most of the gray on there. So we're going to steel blue them, and then we're going to take some gray and mix it in with a clear coat and then spray them. And then we're going to put one solid coat of clear on it. These will give them like a real nice gunmetal effect. Actually, the steel blue is a pretty sweet color alone. And make sure you get in all these nooks and crannies. Alright, so there's the steel blue on one of them. If you look at that, compared to that, there is a difference there. Alright, so the steel blue is all on. Now what we're going to do, we're going to crank the gun pressure up just a touch. And let's see here. We're going to go ahead and take a little bit of my clear coat mix. I got a little bit of the first gray we put on it. I had that mixed just a little teeny bit of it with some clear. So now we're just going to go ahead and powder straight down on top of these things. So it'll give them almost kind of like a three-dimensional view, or a three-dimensional look. This hopefully will give them a little bit of depth. Looks like it's going to start raining out here again soon. Freaking rain, man. Shit sucks. You see I'm just kind of spraying straight down. Don't need a whole lot, just a little bit. There. Now we'll go ahead and mix up some clear, and we'll clear the suckers. Oh yeah. Alright, so I just put the first coat of clear on them. Of course now the sun's gone, it's cloudy, so you really can't see that effect on that blue sparkle. I'd kind of like to see him in the sunlight though, you know, in the good sun. I just got off the phone with him. He's like, hey, can I come get my rims? I'm like, oh, I'm painting them. He's like, oh, okay. So he's going to be here at 9 tomorrow to pick them up. But that looks like gunmetal gray to me. What do you guys think? That's pisserized gunmetal gray. Oh, yeah. And guess what? Yeah, we're chooching. You know, we're chooching. You got to chooch. You got to chooch in between coats. Oh, yeah. Now I got to take these and try to get a little clear coat on the sides. You know, the sides of all the spokes. That's always the fun part. That's when you run into problems. I already did the easy part. Now it's the hard part. So I'm going to get that done, and then we'll untape this lip here and see what we got. Oh, yeah. Alright, guys, there we go. Got our chrome lip. Oh, yeah. Really wish the sun was out though so we can get an effect with that blue. I don't know if the camera's really picking it up or not, but I think I reproduced gunmetal blue pretty damn good. So there we are. That'll be our video for today. It's Wednesday. How to paint your rims. They actually do look pretty good like that. I kind of like them all silver, but it actually looks pretty sharp. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Y'all have a goody-goody. Later.